Dreaming of moving to the US? Whether for work, study, or maybe even a new life, the first step is picking the right visa. But with so many options, where do you start? Don't worry, we've got you covered. First, let's talk about non-immigrant visas, for those planning a temporary stay. The B1-B2 visa is designed for short-term visitors to the United States. The B1 visa is for business travelers attending meetings, conferences, or negotiating contracts, while the B2 visa is for tourists, people visiting family, or those seeking medical treatment. To be eligible, you must prove you have strong ties to your home country, such as a job, family, or property, and that you intend to return after your visit. These visas do not allow you to work or study in the US, and each stay is typically limited to 6 months. The application fee is usually around $185, and you'll need to provide documents like a valid passport, proof of funds, and sometimes an invitation letter or travel itinerary. An interview at a US embassy or consulate is often required, and approval is not guaranteed. The B1-B2 visa is ideal for tourists, business professionals, and those seeking medical care, but not for long-term stays or employment. If you want to study in the US, there are 3 main student visa types, each with its own rules and requirements. The F1 visa is for academic students attending universities, colleges, high schools, or language training programs. To qualify, you must be accepted by a SEVP-approved school, show proof of financial support, and maintain full-time enrollment. F1 students can work on campus up to 20 hours per week during school, but off-campus work is limited and requires special authorization. The application fee is typically $185 plus a SEVIS fee. The M1 visa is for students in vocational or technical programs, like culinary schools or mechanical training. M1 students must also be accepted by a SEVP-approved institution and prove they can pay for their education and living expenses. Unlike F1, M1 students cannot work during their studies and are limited in their ability to transfer schools. The costs are similar, a $185 application fee and SEVIS fee. The J1 visa is for exchange visitors, including students, interns, and researchers participating in approved exchange programs. J1 applicants need sponsorship from an approved organization and may have to return to their home country for 2 years after the program ends, depending on their field. J1 visa holders can often work or intern as part of their program, but must follow specific rules set by their sponsor. Fees vary by program, and a SEVIS fee is also required. Each visa has unique eligibility, costs, and limitations, so choose the one that matches your goals and program. Thinking about working in the United States? Let's break down the most common work visas, who they're for, and what you need to know. The H-1B visa is for skilled professionals in specialty occupations, like IT, engineering, or finance. You'll need at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent, and a U.S. employer must sponsor you. There's an annual cap, and the process can be competitive. Costs include filing fees, legal fees, and sometimes premium processing. The L1 visa is for intracompany transfers. If you work for a multinational company and are being transferred to a U.S. office as a manager, executive, or specialized knowledge worker, you must have worked for the company abroad for at least 1 year in the past 3 years. There's no annual cap, but your employer must file a petition and pay associated fees. The O1 visa is for individuals with extraordinary ability in the arts, sciences, education, business, or athletics. You'll need to show national or international recognition, such as awards or published work. A U.S. agent or employer must sponsor you, and documentation is key. There's no cap, but legal and filing fees apply. The TN visa is for Canadian and Mexican citizens in certain professional occupations under NAFTA USMCA, like engineers, scientists, or teachers. It's fast to process, relatively low cost, and doesn't require employer sponsorship in the same way as H-1B, but it's only for specific professions and is non-immigrant. The E-2 visa is for investors from treaty countries who are investing a substantial amount in a U.S. business. There's no set minimum investment, but it must be enough to run the business. You must own at least 50% of the enterprise, and the visa can be renewed as long as the business is operating. The P1 visa is for internationally recognized athletes, artists, or entertainers coming to the U.S. to perform or compete. you'll need to show a high level of achievement and a contract with a U.S. employer or organization. The visa covers both individuals and teams or groups. Each visa has its own eligibility, costs, and requirements, so be sure to check the details and consult an immigration expert if you're unsure which one fits your situation. Immigrant visas are your pathway to permanent residency in the United States, also known as getting a green card. These visas are designed for people who want to live and work in the U.S. indefinitely. Eligibility depends on your situation. Most commonly, you can qualify through family sponsorship, employment, or special categories like the diversity visa lottery. For example, immediate relatives of U.S. citizens, skilled workers with job offers, and winners of the green card lottery are all eligible groups. The process can be lengthy and requires extensive documentation, background checks, and sometimes an in-person interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate. Costs vary, but expect to pay government filing fees, medical exam costs, and sometimes legal fees, often totaling several hundred to a few $1,000s. Keep in mind, there are annual limits for most categories, which can mean long waiting periods for some applicants. If you're aiming to make the U.S. your permanent home, an immigrant visa is the essential first step. If you have a close relative who's a United States citizen or green card holder, they can sponsor you for a family-based visa. There are two main categories: IR, which stands for immediate relative, and F, which means family preference. IR visas are for the closest family members of U.S. citizens, spouses, unmarried children under 21, and parents. There's no annual cap, so wait times are usually much shorter. You'll need proof of your relationship, and your sponsor must meet income requirements. The government filing fees typically range from $535 to $1,200, plus medical and other costs. F, or family preference visas, are for more distant relatives, like adult children, married children, and siblings of U.S. citizens, as well as spouses and children of green card holders. These visas have annual limits, so wait times can be years or even decades. Eligibility depends on your relationship and your sponsor's status. Costs are similar to IR visas, but you may face longer processing times and stricter quotas. Both visa types require your sponsor to file a petition, show financial ability to support you, and provide supporting documents. Make sure to check the latest requirements and fees before applying. The U.S. offers several employment-based visas, each with unique eligibility and requirements. The EB-1 visa is for individuals with extraordinary ability in fields like science, arts, education, business, or athletics, outstanding professors and researchers, or multinational executives. Applicants must show national or international acclaim, and no job offer is required for some categories. The process is competitive, but there's no labor certification needed. Costs can range from $700 to several $1,000s in legal and filing fees. The EB-2 visa targets professionals with advanced degrees or exceptional ability in their field. Most applicants need a job offer and labor certification unless they qualify for a national interest waiver. This visa is ideal for those with master's degrees or higher, or those who can prove exceptional ability. Costs are similar to EB-1, and processing times can vary. The EB-3 visa is for skilled workers with at least 2 years of experience, professionals with a bachelor's degree, and some unskilled workers. A permanent job offer and labor certification are required. This category often has longer wait times due to high demand, and costs include filing and legal fees. The EB-5 visa is for investors who invest at least $800,000 in a U.S. business that creates at least 10 full-time jobs. No job offer or labor certification is needed, but applicants must prove the source of their funds and meet strict investment requirements. Costs are significantly higher due to the investment amount and legal fees. Each employment-based visa has its own eligibility, limitations, and costs, so it's important to choose the one that matches your background and goals. The Diversity Visa Lottery, also known as the Green Card Lottery, offers a unique opportunity for people from countries with historically low rates of immigration to the United States. Each year, 55,000 applicants are randomly selected to receive permanent residency, no sponsor or job offer required. To be eligible, you must be from an eligible country, have at least a high school education or 2 years of qualifying work experience, and meet strict entry deadlines. Only one entry per person is allowed, and submitting multiple applications can lead to disqualification. The application itself is free, but if you win, you'll need to pay government processing fees and cover costs for medical exams and travel. The diversity visa is ideal for individuals and families seeking a new life in the U.S. who may not qualify for other visa categories. Be sure to use only the official U.S. government website to apply and watch out for scams. There are also special visas for unique cases. Let's break down some of the most important ones, including who they're for, eligibility, costs, and key requirements. The K-1 or fiancé visa is for foreign nationals engaged to U.S. citizens. To qualify, both people must be legally free to marry, have met in person within the last 2 years, and plan to marry within 90 days of entering the U.S. The application fee is around $800 plus medical and embassy costs. After marriage, the foreign spouse can apply for a green card, but if the marriage doesn't happen, the visa holder must leave the U.S. The U visa is for victims of certain crimes, like domestic violence or trafficking, who have suffered mental or physical abuse and are willing to help law enforcement investigate or prosecute the crime. There's a cap of 10,000 U visas per year, and applicants must get a certification from law enforcement. The filing fee is usually waived, but the process can take several years. The T visa is for survivors of human trafficking. Applicants must show they were trafficked into the U.S., cooperate with law enforcement if required, and face extreme hardship if removed. There's a limit of 5,000 T visas per year. The application is free, and recipients can eventually apply for permanent residency. Crew visas like D and C1D are for airline and ship crew members traveling to the U.S. as part of their job. The D visa is for crew who will depart on the same vessel, while the C1D is for those who need to transit through the U.S. Both require proof of employment, are valid for short stays, and cost about $185. Holders can't work outside their crew duties or stay longer than permitted. Each of these special visas has unique requirements and limitations, so it's important to check the latest details before applying. Whether you're visiting, studying, working, or settling down, there's a United States visa for you. Ready to start your journey? Check the official United States Department of State website for details. And hey, which visa are you applying for? Comment below.